If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Moving his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move. Go.
Wait.
Welcome, friends. Minutes ago, at a Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, it would seem that he survived an assassination attempt. We're going to play this clip a little longer, maybe just put the volume down. From what we can tell, according to, I'll read this to you because it is so outrageous, but according to NBC News, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after popping noises heard at his Pennsylvania rally. After popping noises heard at Pennsylvania rally. That is, I think, quite insane. But as you can see, here you go. After fired, you can clearly hear gunshots. He touches his ear, and continuous shots are being fired, apparently from a rifle. He touched his ear right away. We don't have any information, but I would. It looked like it ricocheted and hit his ear. That's what I think. And I want to zoom in on this moment here. So, if you look at his face here, because people are jumping out and saying this is fake and this is stage, look at this face. I played that over and over and blew it up. You play that little clip here, and let's see if we can go back just a little bit. Where are we here? Look at the face. Look at there's something
When you're ready. On you.
very authentic and fearful in his face. This doesn't look like someone who was prepared for what was coming here. I don't think he knew what was coming, but let's look at the scenery one more time from the beginning of this clip. So here he is speaking. He looks around. He says something. We're going to get to the shots pretty quick. Watch as he touches his ear.
See something that said, take a look at what happened.
Let's try this again.
See something that said, take a look at what happened.
So he touches his ear, and I initially thought that he has an earpiece in there, maybe, but I don't think so. I think that either he got hit or just just the bullet just bruised his ear, or it ricocheted and hit him. But he was visually bleeding afterwards. And let's just look at this clip without commentary for a moment one more time.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Moving his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move. Go.
Wait.
So these are some still shots here as they were coming in. So yeah, my first assessment, just knowing and observing human nature, I think this was a very authentic reaction. I don't think this was staged, to be quite honest. I do not think it was staged. I think it was a real thing. What I mean by that is I don't think that Trump knew this was coming or his team knew this was coming. Maybe someone on the inside knew, but I don't think he knew this was coming. His reaction seemed to be pretty authentic. There was a little bit of fear in his eyes when he got up there, and then he was basically saying "fuck you," you're not going to get me. I think that's what we read from the situation. Anyways, what this means is that the shots heard around the world. If you remember, these words were said many times, but these shots literally were just heard around the world. You can bet that these clips have been watched hundreds of millions of times already. By 24 hours from now, billions and billions in all corners of the world will have seen what had just happened. So we just finished the premiere of the Dick Allgaier interview, Future Forecasters, and there was something that they saw for this time period, as you remember, something big, and everybody was pointing to a sky event that Cliff High alluded to, and then the future forecaster saw something. So some big event that everybody was going to see, and then later they were going to discuss what it is. I don't know if this is it, but this rises to the level of a significant world event. I don't know how they're going to spin it. I don't know what the media is going to say. When I see a headline like this, anyone who had seen this clip, let me ask you this. If you had seen this clip, would you describe this as Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after popping noises heard at his Pennsylvania rally? Is that something that you would have written as a reporter? No, these are not popping noises. These are clearly shots. I'm sure more information is going to come out as the hours progress. From a election standpoint, let's just play the election game a little bit. It's all but clear that this, I don't know how anything could stop Trump from winning this election with all the fakery that's involved, with all the election fraud that's. I don't see it. When you have an assassination attempt, then you get everybody who was even remotely tempted but was still doubting it. Someone who's on the fence, maybe an independent, you get them on your side. That's something that's what it does. That being said, I think this is a dangerous moment. You can assume that something like a lunatic gunman, an accident, some story could come out of this. I don't think that with the amount of Secret Service, and by the way, most people don't know this, but Trump has a protected status that is unique by the military as well. So, and I remember when I started looking into this, and this is true. It was actually Jordan Peterson who described when he was at, I believe, he was at the Kentucky Derby. I think it was a few years ago. It was after Trump had left the White House. He was at a Kentucky Derby, and he said, everybody was kind of waiting, anticipating. He didn't know. I think he didn't know that Trump was coming, but he said all of a sudden the military came in, took positions all over the place at the Derby. And then Trump arrived. So first the military and then Trump arrived. And he described it for different reasons. He said there was a level of energy that he had never seen before, but that's besides the point. So I think on July 13th, 2024, we have seen an attempt on the life of a presidential candidate in this reality show that we're living in. And within this reality show, even though if such events might be scripted, and even though that some people are meticulously planning such things out for all different kinds of reasons, it doesn't mean that everyone involved knows that. I'd be hard pressed to say that Trump didn't see this coming. What was going down there? So we'll see how this will turn the story. We'll see if this is in fact the event. And remember that in World War I, it was Kaiser Franz Ferdinand who was assassinated in Sarajevo. It was that which ultimately triggered the First World War. That put it all into action. I'm not saying this will trigger a war. I'm saying this will trigger a series of events that are still not foreseeable. And some things are about to change. What that is, we'll see. When was the last assassination attempt on a running candidate? I can think of Bobby Kennedy. That was successful. He was shot and killed. But perhaps the history buffs of presidential elections can help me out. Was there another assassination attempt during an election on a running candidate? We're gonna have to look that up. So we'll see what happens. The other side of this presidential coin thing is that we have a clear 25th Amendment situation within the scope of the reality show, of course. I'm looking at this from how does this system work? A pretend president that is shot in the head, to figuratively speaking, who can't get a sentence out, who's clearly has, the actor who plays Biden. And it's going to be interesting because he will eventually, sooner rather than later, I think, withdraw from the race. But what's he going to say? If he withdraws for health reasons, then he must step down for health reasons as well. So I think we're going to have a very, very hot and chaotic summer here. And an election season unlike any other season before. And I still give it a 50% tops chance that we will even see an election this year. Right now, it sure looks like we won't. So we'll keep you in the loop of this. And ultimately, such things are never good. Man, such a thing is never good. This is never a good thing. All right, friends. Thank you for tuning in. Again, for those of you who are just clicking on, we'll play this video one more time here for you all. As Trump was just survived an assassination attempt in Pennsylvania.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Go.
All right. Well, thank you so much again for tuning in. And I just want to say, you can go back to the beginning of this. From the first glance at this, I do not believe this was staged from the perspective of Trump. I don't think he saw that coming. And his reaction showed some real fear, some, the fear of death in his eyes, which is hard to fake such a thing. So I don't think this was faked. But as far as, is it a staged event? Well, I would say that, somebody always stages things like this for various reasons, and we just don't have any more information.
Apparently, 2 other people died. It just came in unconfirmed, but apparently 2 other people died.
Okay, unconfirmed. 2 people died. I'm pulling up some breaking news here as well on my phone. So Trump was grazed by a bullet, 2 dead, including the shooter, says Butler County District Attorney. Okay, so this is according to the Washington Post and Disclosed TV. Okay, so we'll come back probably tomorrow when we have a full picture and a full story and when we can really break it down. This was it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with us. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll be back with you again very, very soon.
Right now, you could be only a few clicks away from experiencing something amazing, something that has changed thousands of lives all over the world. I'm talking about a high consciousness field similar to those at pilgrimage sites and sacred places. It's where people go to heal, to connect, and to become the best possible version of themselves. With FLFE, you can bring such a high consciousness field into your home right now. It's a spiritual quantum technology based on the work of Nikola Tesla. better sleep, more energy, greater well-being, improved finances, electrosmog mitigation. These are only some of the things people on the FLFE service are experiencing. Try it now for 15 days completely free of charge, no credit card needed. Just click on a link down below to start your free, no strings attached FLFE trial right now.